While all our lives are evolving, we're bringing in a lot of global influences into our personal spaces. I feel we should not lose the traditional ornamental aspects of all our homes. In a lot of ways, this adds a bit of a cultural significance to your home. When we started speaking with the client, we found out that she was very fond of Indian crafts and art, and she wanted to celebrate that in her home in a very simple manner. She wanted it to be an extension of her. She named it Brihati because it was heaven for her. Hi, this is architect Aishwarya Govind from House of Ruya. Today we are at Brihati and we're talking about this beautiful apartment we designed in Bangalore. For detailed chapters and PDF ebook, please visit buildify.com. The link is in the description. This particular home is part of a luxury apartment in Bangalore, in Rajajinagar. The carpet area would be somewhere up to 5,500 square feet. You're welcomed to this entire apartment through this foyer. The very first thing that we see as soon as the main doors open is the puja room of this house. The main entrance to the temple starts with two beautiful pillars that we sourced from a vintage store. As we walk into the puja, the mandapa itself is influenced by traditional Madurai temples. So the carving you see is a simple take on the gopuram. While we have two column elements in this space, the one done on the floor was done using the white mother of pearl, while the one done on the wall is done using a grey and brown mother of pearl. On the right, you have the dining space, and on the left is where you see the living area. Starting with this beautiful kalamkari painting that we see as a backdrop to the sofa here. Our client actually really loves picking small art pieces or curating small elements every time she's traveling, and she had this beautiful Patachitra art. We thought it would be really interesting to have it embedded in the side table or the nested table. Another interesting piece we made for the client was this Velakku table. So we've used the entire Velakku as the table, and we've used a brown tinted glass for the tabletop. This entire length was quite long for us to demarcate specific functions for this space. That's when the partition came into picture. If you can see, this is an assembly of lot of Channapatna, small Channapatna elements. It's a very nostalgic element to have played with Channapatna toys when they are younger, and I've always been drawn to this piece of art or craftsmanship. That's when the idea of a Channapatna pillar came into picture. And this foyer actually connects us to all the bedrooms in the space. We are in the parents' bedroom of this apartment. This particular space was heavily influenced by Chettinad elements, and right next to the bed sits a large day bed. This master bedroom, as we enter, we first experience the walk-in closet. So the concept of a wall with framed art came into the picture. So the entire wardrobe shutters were camouflaged with hand-painted wallpaper from House of Ikari. And the handles over here were customized in such a way that they resemble a vintage art frame. You enter into the sleeping quarters where you see a band of hand-painted mural. We introduced a little bit of a classical, rustic, chic, feminine sort of a look and feel to the master bedroom. And this is the entry to the daughter's bedroom. So what we did was, there was this wall that we broke open. So we created a nice, large, arched entry into this smaller space. So this became the sleeping quarters of the daughter's room, and this became a complete walk-in wardrobe. On to the right from the dining, you get access to the kitchen. Celebrating craftsmanship was the paramount intent behind the entire design. A lot of vintage elements, a lot of heritage elements were brought into this space. pieces that the client could relate.
The tradition, the South Indian tradition, those things, and these color palette, earthy colors, I wanted those.
As a young architect, when I was in school, I've always been drawn to traditional crafts. I think it was always a dream to test this out or try this out in a home, and I think Brihati ended up being a home where both the client and us had a common goal. While we grow with the moving trends of current world, I think we should still stay rooted and bring in our past or our cultural elements into the space in the best way possible or the smallest way possible. So that way it stays with us and it grows with us over a period of time.